Hello, 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 hello. Sherman D. Manning. Is anybody out there live? Is anybody out there awake? Get you a cup of coffee and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're getting close to Super Tuesday. And what I would like to know is, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and let a pedophile by the name of Donald win this thing? Are you going to let a man who raped his ex-wife and got away with it win this thing? Are you going to let a misogynist who is a coward, who's afraid of Megyn Kelly, who was afraid of President Obama, afraid to run against him in 2012? Are you going to let him win, or are you going to get up off of your hind part, as the old folk would say, and go vote? Reverend Hosea Williams used to always say, vote as you please, but please vote. If you don't vote, you don't count. I am Sherman D. Manning, coming to you live from the streets of Los Angeles, California. Amen, 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 amen. I don't know about you, but I'm glad to be alive and in the land of the living. Ladies and gentlemen, get my book, The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. And tell your friends to tune into this podcast. Tell them to subscribe. If you're listening on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening over the web, subscribe. If you're on Facebook listening, subscribe to this podcast. The more of you who subscribe, the more we will professionalize the show and begin to do it more consistently on a daily basis. Ladies and gentlemen, we're living in the greatest country on the face of the planet. And Donald is trying to sell you a nightmare, trying to sell this fantasy of his, that this is a terrible country, and he purports to be the one qualified to make it great again. And if a country is already great, you can't make it great again. So that's not going to work, and that doesn't pass the smell test. This is a great country. Now, if he had come out with a slogan that said, make America greater, I could have bought into that. And actually, it would have been a good slogan, and it would have been something that I could digest. But to say great again is, quite frankly, asinine, foolish, and he's a demagogue. He's trying to win an election. To be quite frank with you, when this man ran for president, he didn't think he could win. He really didn't. And it shocked him that he was able to tap into the Jerry Springer type people, the people who attend Jerry Springer shows. These are the ones, by and large, who are supporting him. And so he was shocked, like many of us, that he did so well amongst this group of angry white brothers and sisters. And it shocked him, caught him off guard. But please understand that Donald does not have the temperament to be president. Donald does not have the courage to be president. And anybody as loose-lipped and unpredictable as Donald is, we cannot trust him with the codes to our nuclear arsenal. Think about it. This man hears that Putin gave him some sort of praise, and like a 3-year-old kid, he wets his pants out of excitement. He's been endorsed by Putin. I just left Charles Manson in the prison, and I left Eric Menendez, and I left Joe Son, Rod Akala, and many others. And I got a call coming in. I'm going to have to come back to the podcast. It's an emergency call coming from another country. I'll be back.